What up, Ouncers, and welcome to the Christmas special!
Yo.
That's right. You thought we were gone, but like a bad British sitcom, we came back just for Christmas.
Or like a bad case of the herpes.
Or like that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry that you're dealing with that right now, Tom. I know what to put in your stocking, though. Or maybe not.
Did you get the medication that I asked for off of eBay?
Ooh, you know it.
Oh, sweet.
What a great start to the show. Thanks, Tom, for
bet,
diving
bud.
right down that hole.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I knew
because it's the
I
Christmas
should have went
special-
down that hole. Sorry.
I know. Because it's the Christmas special, we decided to do something special and invite a guest that I knew would be a lot of fun.
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
Colton.
Colton.
I'm not going to say your last name. I've said so many people's last names on the show, and they're like,
I don't want to get doxxed.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think. Yeah.
I don't think you do.
No. Maybe
No.
I do. I don't know.
Let's call a spade a spade. If anybody actually listens to this and is caring enough to dox,
Yeah,
from
my
that-
mom can't dox people.
Yeah.
So.
No, but I mean, like, maybe doxing's my new kink.
Ooh,
Hey.
see, you know,
You never know
Hey,
until you try it.
don't go into that segment yet. That was part of the show.
I
It's
can
going-
tell you herpes is herpes is not a kink that you want, man.
I didn't get an advance copy of the agenda, so I didn't know
Oh,
what was
man.
next.
That's one thing that everybody keeps saying is like, hey, you should have some kind of like guideline to your show and share it with people, and that way they feel like, oh, this is what the show's about. But I kind of like the whole just jump right in and be like, hey, here's what the show's about while we're doing it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
for those that don't know and have never listened to the show before and are just tuning in for the holiday special, what the fuck? Go back and listen to the rest of the episodes.
And also, if you can please send some Valtrex to our PO box for me, that'd be awesome.
We have a P.O. box.
Can you
That's
accept
great.
packages at a PO box?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah.
More
Oh.
to know.
Well, anyway, before I was interrupted by Tom, like usual, this show is about hobbies, and Tom and I are hobbyists, and we live that hobbyist life.
Drew's not a hobbyist.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So basically, we have done a lot of hobbies and not been good at any of them. So we decided our new hobby is interviewing people about their hobbies.
Hey.
The 1 ounce pour.
Boom.
That's right. So before we get started, raise your glasses, chin chin,
Chin chin.
and hope you enjoy the show.
Nice.
Now, first segment, of course, has to be Tom's Eats, unless this is a Christmas special.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to add anything to today's show that maybe we don't normally do, or do you just want to go straight into Tom Eats?
You know, I'm trying to think here.
A little Christmas magic.
Yeah.
A little Christmas magic. I'll tell you where has some surprisingly good Christmas treats. Costco. Their Christmas cookies. I was actually surprisingly okay with those.
I thought you gained weight.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I get freaking herpes and gain weight, man. That's what I do.
I mean,
The
you're
American
bringing
dream,
it on yourself.
really.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, once you get one, you might as well get the rest.
Yeah, it's kind of a package deal.
Yeah. So Costco is your eating place?
No.
For
Oh,
those
God.
that don't
God,
know,
no.
Costco is a big box store that you can go to.
And you can get $1.50 hot dogs
How
and
do you
sodas.
not know?
I assume everybody knows.
I would hope you do.
I was actually just surprised at how good their Christmas treats were. I was like, wow, these are not garbage.
Well, fuck Costco. They're not paying us shit to talk about them, so...
Neither is any of the beer or alcohol you've been peddling.
But
so.
we're trying. We're trying. Okay, fine.
You
We're going to go
manifest
straight
sponsorship,
into...
right?
So,
Like-
We're
so
going to go
Tom Eats.
straight into Drew's Brews Cruise because
So-
you're sassy.
I am sassy.
All right, what's your eats? Let's get it going.
So Tom Eats.
All right.
Taco Taco.
Taco.
You ever been down there?
So nice they named it twice. No, I've never went. Taco.
Taco Taco. It was next to Canella's.
Lazy.
They couldn't figure anything else out. Like, what do we serve? Tacos. How many? 2. Taco.
Taco.
Welcome to Taco. It's ran by
It's
2
like
women.
In and Out, though, right? I mean, it's just that's the name. It's just
Yeah.
to the
It is.
point.
Yeah. All right, go on.
But
So,
yeah.
Taco.
Very unique tacos. Very street style. It was right next to Canella's downtown.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
we were just talking about that park near there, so...
So no. That's far away from Hobo Stabville. That's
Taco
far away
Taco.
from Hobo Stabville.
Okay. Can I now do Drew's Brews Cruise? I'm very excited for this Okay, because Fisher just started.
Why they're not paying us?
Canning. Shut up, Tom. They started canning their own beers, and that's exciting. Okay. I don't know. Any of y'all know Fisher? You know that they've been doing crowlers. No, I don't want to know anything because I'm doing my fucking segment. Shut your mouth.
You're excited for them to can. I was actually there when they were experimenting in college.
Like.
Real,
yeah,
legit story.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to
legit story.
Ruin anything you're about to talk about.
My
herpes.
Herpes.
That's where it all comes.
No,
I'm gonna have to edit so much of this fucking show.
Actually, my buddy's cousin are the founders of Fisher Beer.
That's awesome.
And so when they were going through and trying a bunch of different brews and different flavors.
They were trying brews. That's what they were experimenting with.
And I did some
bros.
Drain Bramage from being such a good guinea pig.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you for the story.
I just like to give you shit too because you're like, they're bottling now.
No, but they are.
I got that straight shit canning, from the tap, man.
You could normally go in there and get them in crowlers, but now they actually have real cans. This is the hazification. I'm also wearing a sweater. Okay, if they don't start noticing us and maybe sending us some stuff, I'm going to be upset. But anyway, Drew's Brews Cruise.
Are you going to be like that obsessed ex-girlfriend just like constantly DMing, I am pitching you on my podcast. Please give me money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? I think that's how marketing works, right? Marketing works like that?
It is mostly just really trying to beg a lot, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of begging, a lot of lying.
Good. Well, now that we kind of got into Colton, right?
Colton doesn't have herpes as far as we know.
Not yet.
Colton is a marketing manager, so
nice.
Yeah.
True.
What other fun facts about
it's not
Colton
really a
can
real
you
job, you know?
Spur on us? It is a real job. Don't discredit yourself.
Hey, don't tell him that, man. Ride the gravy train.
I don't think he can fire me.
Can't fire me.
I'm untouchable. I'm gay. I meet the diversity quota, right?
And your boyfriend is Asian too, right?
It's true.
It'd be a double hate crime if
right,
I fired you.
Completely. It's a hate crime, right? It's like you're a female engineer. You're not going to get fired.
I assume every single June, eBay taps you on the shoulder and is like, "Will you wave a flag for us?"
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
very cool.
you know, similarly, like they, you know, like there's the LGBTQIA plus, right?
Yes.
They recently added kink to that.
Oh, see, now we're back full circle.
Yeah,
to
so it's just
kink.
everybody.
Yeah,
everybody.
Cool.
Right.
I think
hey, being
inclusivity. You know,
sure,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not going to get, you know, hate for liking handcuffs. I don't think.
Although I did confuse my oldest son's.
Some redneck driving down the street. Hey, look at that guy! He likes feet. Get him!
Which reminds me, you see how to build a sex room on Netflix?
This is your favorite thing. I think every time I've talked with you,
such
you
a
brought
good
this show up.
It's such a good
That's
show.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
I
there's
assume
these
when
country
people
folk-
watch us live stream here, they're like, "That's a good room for that,"
Yeah.
or we're already using it for that.
Well, there's some good hard points, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
All right,
Yeah.
harness,
Where's the swing?
harness stuff?
Yeah,
So
the
anyway,
sex swing.
rednecks.
Oh, yeah. There's some rednecks in Colorado in one of the episodes, and they peg each other in a double wide.
Oh my god!
So,
Sorry, Mom. Maybe stop the episode here.
I mean, your logo
And
is
here's a great
know
follow
what I
up to that. I don't have herpes. That's all for the jokes and jokes and jokes.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
gonna make shit
You
up.
need to clear your name.
right,
Yeah.
right. But you do like getting pegged in a double.
That's what I heard.
yeah.
I don't know.
He's
Maybe.
like, well, I don't have that, but I do like this.
Hey,
What do you mean,
try
maybe?
everything
That's a
once.
condition, right? Like
Try everything once. Who gives a
liking a
shit?
double wide pegging.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well, anyway, now that we have an error screen up on there, we should. It's like we're talking.
I have a feeling though that we may. This is going to be the one that goes viral, and people will be like, "Oh my god, what are those people
Cancel
talking
them.
about?"
So
No, we're like
Colton,
Joe Rogan, you know.
Besides, no, please. Besides, besides watching Build Your Own Sex Room, what's some of your hobbies? What do you like to get into?
Yeah, I like.
We're out of.
I like robots. You know, like robotics.
Okay,
Like
stop.
BattleBots?
Are you dead serious, or are you fucking with
Totally
us?
serious. Yeah,
I feel there's a smirk coming on.
just because it's not. It's
Do you
serious.
build robots?
Yeah.
What kind of robots?
Like just like things that like fuck each other up.
So you do BattleBots, legit.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
BattleBots, sometimes other stuff. Like I like to like make automations, like my guard's robotic, so like it just waters itself. Serious.
Wow.
Like deadass.
Stop.
Deadass. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm going to need to see pictures of this.
Sure, yeah.
So
you
quick-
have robotics strewn throughout your house
Yeah, I
that
got
do
a whole
various
room dedicated
objects.
to this.
We're not going to get into probably what some of the robots do, but some
Fisting.
water your lawn. God damn it. Some water your lawn. Some sweep your house. What? Talk to me about
like
this. What is
that.
this?
I mean, no. So, some like just fight each other. BattleBots is like a thing. People do that. It's kind of dorky. I don't like go to those competitions or anything. It's more
you just build them in your house and watch them battle.
yeah.
Have you ever seen...
And you're not fucking with me right now.
No,
this is the coolest thing I've ever heard in my entire
It's
life.
like the gardening, right? Like the gardening, like the software will help you plant seeds every spring and water them, and like it can identify weeds as like an anomaly.
No, stop.
It's real.
You have a robot that gardens for you.
Correct. It's like Farmville.
That you made.
Yeah.
Like Iron Man. Like
Well,
you're just like, I'm going to make a robot that
I
gardens.
don't know that.
You
made
didn't
it.
prepare for this one, did you, Joe?
I didn't. I thought he was going to talk
you buy
about
the equipment, right? Like you buy like the hardware that you need. Like I didn't invent like the Arduino boards or anything like that. Like I just buy the stuff and then you learn how to program it. It's not that hard.
So did you go to engineering school?
No. I'm just a dork.
He just stole Xboxes.
Yeah, just stole Xboxes.
Learn how to do robotics in prison.
And then took all the parts out of the Xbox.
Oh God!
Took robotics
In
class
that
in
regard, I
jail.
am like Iron Man building my suit in a cave with a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That
And
was the
you're an
best
alcoholic.
one.
So.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
aren't all of us a little bit?
I think so. I think that's what everybody's
Yeah,
starting
we all
to
have a
figure out.
drug, right? And I mean, like for you people in Utah, it's sugar.
It is, oh my god.
Sugar.
My
Oh,
You see those
favorite
sodas?
dude,
Yeah.
my favorite thing is when you see that lady with the giant tricep hanging out of her window and she's like drinking some giant like diet
Why do you think I moved?
with like 6 pumps of sugar. Like you just negated the diet part.
Why do you think
now
I
you have
moved to,
aspartame and sugar?
God.
Which
Why-
like
That's why you're shitting your pants on your drive home.
Why do you think I moved to Draper, Drew? So I could see all those plastic Draper moms. That's why I moved here.
Oh my god.
I used to work with this woman. She would every morning 8 a.m. show up with like a 64-ounce
Swig.
swig. Swig. So delicious. One of those fucking things.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I don't think this is what Joseph Smith meant.
No.
Like I don't think that's what he meant.
There was
when it was like your body's a temple, so put a bunch of Dr. Pepper in it.
Yeah. No.
Because coffee's really bad for you, but the 64 ounces of just pure sugarcane heroin is not.
Yeah.
Dude, Tom and I, we worked at a company together, and while we were there, we watched these gentlemen shotgun Red Bulls.
Oh.
And I just walked into the kitchen. I was like, "What are y'all doing?" And like, "Oh yeah, we don't like the taste." And I was like, "Yeah, that's usually what happens. You just shotgun a Red
No,
Bull."
it tastes
that's
like
fine.
somebody took Smarties and then pissed it.
Yeah, I was like, "Why don't you guys just
Yeah.
have some coffee?" And they're like, we can't drink that."
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, "But you can shotgun a Red Bull. That's cool."
Well,
There
and
you
what's
go.
interesting
fine.
is if you actually really kind of get into the word of wisdom, quote unquote, it says hot drinks. It doesn't say coffee.
Hot
It
drinks?
says hot drinks.
You got to limit the meat. You've got to
Yeah.
do like it,
limit the meat.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed. You're not
Well.
supposed to have meat, dude. Unless it's
I
like
do not
No wonder
put
you
meat.
left the church.
I unlimited the meat.
More meat. We're all stuck
I'm
with
like
Taco
Arby's.
Taco. You got full
I
Arby's.
got the fucking meat.
that's where I go. I go taco.
Taco.
Colton gets summer sausage. What can I say?
and winter sausage.
And winter sausage.
All right. Little bulgogi
No,
beef.
but like it says hot drinks, right? So like you talk about that, and it's like, well, I mean, I think hot chocolate counts as a hot drink.
Oh, dude, I brought that up one
Right,
time when I was like
This is
17.
supposed to be a show about hobbies.
Oh, please.
No, it's funny
Well,
because
it's your own fault for bringing me on.
oh no, for
you
sure.
know?
The last time I was talking to one of my friends, he's like, "Dude, I mean, maybe pivot a little bit and start being a show about Utah." And I'm like, I despise people who are like, "Oh, Utah, all the weird shit." And he's like, "Yeah, but you're called the 1 ounce pour, and you're in Utah, and you constantly talk about Tom being Mormon." And I was like, I don't know. And then here we are, fully down that rabbit hole.
I mean,
Cheers, everyone.
we could get more into the rabbit
I
hole.
was super excited about robotics.
I would still talk about that.
Now we're talking about...
The garden's cool. It's like Farmville, you know? It's like
Exactly.
real-life Farmville.
But no, I mean, it's really funny that you bring that up.
No, we're going back to robotics.
God damn it. No, I am planting my flag
Stop
here,
hitting the
Drew.
table. Okay, so robotics.
Yeah.
How did you get into robotics?
I don't know.
Don't say I don't know, you piece
No,
of
you
shit.
know, I don't know. I took a class in high school that was like a...
And it interests you?
It wasn't like a robotics class, you know? It was like you made games. Like you learned how to like, code a video game.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, they're like 2D, like old school Game Boy kind of game, right? You like sprites and things like that.
Right.
And that was pretty cool. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But like programming wasn't for me. Like you need to know a lot of math to go to those schools, you know, and I'm not a math guy.
No. Neither am I.
But like I conceptually get like all that stuff really well. And then took like a CAD class in high school too. So I learned how to like make...
What high school did you go to?
It was what but Ogden. We were high. Not that exciting, you know.
Okay.
Normal middle class school.
right.
They had like you learned like I learned
Weaver's the nice high school up in Ogden. Though,
yeah. The drug of choice was cocaine, which is how you know that there's rich kids. Right? It's like the nicer the drug, the richer the student population.
Yeah.
So I learned SolidWorks, so that was like 3D modeling, you know, and so I learned how to 3D print, and you know, from there kind of just learned how to code and
Nice.
And then you were just like, oh, I'm going to build robots that plant flowers for
with
me.
3D model stuff.
It's a lot different than when we were going to school, Drew. Like my kids are doing that shit too.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, they're learning Chinese and all that shit.
My kid actually just got done taking his first semester of Mandarin.
See, like they're assimilating us.
Yeah, they're getting us ready.
Right. Well, I mean, they own like what
we have to pay. We have to pay our debts, and our debts are going to be just our children now making their stuff. Just flip the script.
Yeah, we're just a lot more rice cookers in households.
Well, are we really getting ready for Fallout? Because I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to.
I love those games.
The U.S. isn't going to go.
Yeah,
we're not going to make shit for them.
76 not that great.
No, I bought it. Was super excited. Put it in, and here's what happened. I got out of the vault, started doing the Fallout thing, collecting all my shit, and then I'm like, oh my god, that's a chest. I'm going to go up to it, and I went up to it, and then bang, dead. And it's like you've been killed by a level 50 guy.
Yeah, it's hard.
So then I went back, and I was like, here we go. Got to go get all my shit again. Bang! Dead.
Yeah. I mean, like, they made some improvements, you know, through the updates.
I'm never going to touch it.
I played it again. It's a lot better than it started out with, but it's a difficult game. Like, I mean, like, I like a little challenge when you play a video game, but, like, man, it's just, like, I don't want to grind either, you know?
3 in New Vegas are kind of where I stopped. I tried 4, and I was like, eh.
What? 4 was amazing.
4 was great. I really liked
Spent like 6 years with Preston Harvey.
Yeah, the settlement kind of structure. That's
that was
really cool.
Building everything up.
Their add-ons are really solid. You know, I think New Vegas was cool. I was really kind of unimpressed with their DLC generally.
Oh yeah, I never buy DLC.
DLCs are cool, but like Fallout 4 had great DLC.
Really good. What's the Nuka-Cola?
Yeah, Nuka-Cola World,
the
Far
robot
Harbor,
one?
Automatron or whatever. Yeah,
those are dope.
They're good. Yeah, New Vegas is just like, hey, do you want to go to Zion and like kill some like natives? And it's like, wow, okay, I guess.
All right, yeah.
Like, I'm glad I paid $20 for that. But New Vegas, like, I think is like one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah.
I'd really love to see a 3 remake though. I think that would be.
Well, 3 was the Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it got me
first
into Fallout.
introduction. Yeah, it's the first introduction of games.
Really. I went back and played 1 and 2, and they were really hard because of how bad they were.
Yeah, I mean they were like old school computer games, right? You know, but remaking 3 would be cool just with the technology I think we have now.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think remaking 3 and then making it VR.
I'd be into that.
Would be pretty cool.
I think they did 4 in VR.
Could you imagine a Deathclaw
Really?
just appearing like while you're wearing a VR mask?
No,
I'd poop my pants.
I played that Resident Evil on VR, and it's scary as shit.
Ooh.
They have a Slenderman on VR too.
You know what game they need to bring on VR? What was the one with Alma, the little girl?
Silent Hill?
Wake?
Wait, what?
Silent Hill?
No.
Oh.
What?
Silent Hill.
No. It was Fear. F.E.A.R. Oh, dude, if you want the scariest game possible, it's Fear. That game is insane.
Going back, you know what one would be...
First-person shooter. You just pull around a corner. Bop.
You You know what would be terrifying if they put it on VR? Manhunt 2. Remember that from PS2?
No, I don't think I ever played that game.
No.
Yeah.
What do you think the next Fallout's going to be? Out of curiosity, what are your
Where's it going to be?
Yeah, like
Salt Lake City.
You think so? They kind of alluded to that in New Vegas. They did kind of allude to that in New Vegas. But like New Vegas was an Obsidian property, not a Bethesda property. So
see, I'm going to have to sell my PS5 and get an Xbox because Microsoft.
I don't think they'll
Bethesda.
do that.
They better not.
I don't think they'll do that because
upset.
I think that's kind of the regulatory issue with the antitrust is that the government's looking at this and be like, you get to really kind of control a good segment of really popular games, and I think Microsoft's going to end up having to promise to like keep it off of exclusivity. But I mean, kind of stick it to Sony a little bit. I mean, Sony always gets really good exclusives.
Yeah,
hence why I have a PS5.
Right, same thing here. Like, I bought it for Death Stranding, and it was like
and Spider-Man.
Yeah,
those
they
games
have great exclusives, so it's kind of like Microsoft gets to I think play that game a little bit.
But it's just like you can't play it on that one. I would be upset even when the next Elder Scrolls goes exclusive to Microsoft. That'd make me upset. But I would rather have that than Fallout.
Yeah, well, and they milked the shit out of Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, then
There's a VR Skyrim.
I know they did
just
VR,
like,
and then they did the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They just kept expanding that.
Extra packs. You're like $800 into online, and you're like, how did I get here?
Mm-hmm.
This
is why I quit playing video games because of this shit. I'm like,
well, I don't have kids, so I have disposable income.
Oh, well, I will say, you start picking your video games like very specifically. Like I like open world video games where I can just kind of like tool around a little bit and then go back to the plot.
You gotta be able to like relax a little bit.
Yeah, like I've just got the Jedi Fallen Order.
That's dope.
Wow.
Yeah,
because I just got done playing Ghost of Tsushima like last year, and then I was kind of like adding games here and there. This has been one that I'm like, okay, this is a game.
There's that new one, I guess it's a horror game that's real popular. This came out, I want to say it's like the Calypso Protocol. Somebody's going to crucify me for like that's not the right word.
Nobody listens to this.
Yeah, I was going to say, you think we have listeners, Colton? That's nice of you.
We're going to have listeners.
We'll make sure that our listeners get your address so that they can send you hate mail.
By the way, hi, Drew's mom.
But yeah,
and my dad.
Hi, Drew's dad.
It's supposed to be good. All
right.
I hate to tell you, Drew, the older your kids get, the less you're going to be able to play video games because you're going to be running around like a freaking taxi.
Wrong. Because I just got the new Pokemon game and was way into it. So.
How old?
6.
Yeah.
I should not say her name and age.
Well, what I'm telling you, buddy, when they get to be like 10, 11, 12, you're going to be like,
I gotta go here. Catholic Church.
I'm going to edit that out. All of a sudden, we get like 20 followers from St. John the Baptist Church.
just a bunch of guys. They look like they do Uber in
we
their
were
free
doing
time.
so well, too. We were like navigating, a little bit of nerd talk here, and then it's just like, pedophilia. Here we go. Bye-bye. Come on.
Well, give the people what they want.
I mean.
And that's children.
Stop it. So, robotics. You're
really
really into robotics.
Be a new permanent host with us.
Speaking of children, my children specifically, we went to, I always want to call it, it's Pirados. We went to Pirados. It's a really cute little shop. You can buy like weird jams and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
So we're in Pirados and we're standing there and it's just me and my kids and they're running around like demons and I'm trying to corral them in and I clearly probably have a red face and all the veins in my forehead are like, "Rah!" So I finally get them to the checkout line and they put these giant polar bears right next to the checkout line and they're super soft and squishy and shit like that. And my daughter, who doesn't have a name, is like
nameless daughter number one.
Nameless daughter number one is grabbing it, and she's like, "Dad, they're so soft, they're so cute." And I'm like, "Put it back." I already got a cart full of stuff, and it's like they're stocking stuffers. So I just got them a couple candy bars. Like, pick your candy bars. Santa will put them in your stocking or whatever. And so anyway, and I'm dressed in like a beat up Carhartt jacket, and got my crappy boots on and stuff. Anyway, so she's petting this thing. I'm like, put it back. Like, we're not buying that. Check out. And we're walking into the parking lot. And I hear, excuse me. And I turn around and this lady has 2 of these polar bears in her arms. And she comes up and she goes, I just saw your kids and I knew that they wanted these and I wanted to buy them for your kids. And in the back of my mind, I was like, God damn it. Like, you don't understand how spoiled my kids are. Don't buy them more crap just because they want it. But I had to be like, oh, thank you. Like, that's such a sweet holiday thing to do.
Total nice gesture, but like definitely creates entitlement, right? Like, I mean, that does create that like behavior.
So then I handed the kids their stuffies, had them thank her and everything, and then she leaves. I get in the truck, and I'm sitting there. I'm just like,
Then the beating commenced.
yeah, hand me the
stuffies and just
bang bang.
no bruises.
Here's a bag of sweet
That's the
Valencia
best part about
oranges.
the stuffing.
No bruising.
So I tell Layla, I'm like, hey, that doesn't happen in real life. Like, I'm trying to explain to her, like, just because you want something and somebody
Just
gives
magically
it,
appear, right?
and she's like, maybe she was an elf, and I'm like, yes, she was an elf. I saw her ears. She was an elf. She had a shirt on. Santa's helper. Blah blah. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, dude, this lady must have saw me and been like, this schlub.
Yeah,
This like worn out Carhartt jacket. And like, what a piece of crap, you know? It must have got these thinking I was like this like horrible, or you know, just can't afford his kids some like $2 stuffies, and then walk out and see me get in my car and be like, oh, I made a mistake.
I know, because like she could like donated money, you know.
Well, I almost
here's
thought I
another
should
20
tell
for
her, like,
you.
no, you hold these and go put them in a toy box.
Yeah, go put
or
them like
something.
like
I
for like
should
the
do
Toys
that.
for
I
Tots
should
or
be
something.
a good person and go give away these toys. If you look at my daughter's like top bunk, I'll kill you because you shouldn't be in my daughter's room. But there's a bunch of stuffies up there. She's like buried in stuff. I could take 2 stuffies out a night for a week and she would never know.
Oh, I don't know about that, man.
Oh no, trust me.
It's like a dog, you know. Like our dog has tons of toys, and I consider once in a while I'll be like, I could just throw one away, and then like the next day he pulls that shit out from like the bottom of the bin and plays with it all day, and you're like, I just thought you didn't even know that existed, and yet here you are. But speaking of children, the children's Tylenol thing, right? You got the
Wait, hold on.
There's a shortage
Of children's Tylenol.
Yeah, because like all this RSV and all this flu and shit out there.
Yeah.
There's like hard to get like Tylenol and like other children's like dosage stuff, right?
Back to the whiskey for him then.
Yep.
Well, then, how God intended. But
Joseph Smith never took any of that when he had his legs amputated.
Yeah, you're right. You know, he yeah, good on him for being 14 and not liking the taste of vodka.
No, that was his wife.
Oh, sure, whatever.
Yeah. Which one? Yeah.
But
I guess for a Utah podcast.
I got jaw surgery a few months ago, right? And they don't make like adult Tylenol in liquid form, which is like what I had to have.
Okay.
So I had to buy children's Tylenol, and I have a shitload of children's Tylenol, but I can't like. Which is a bad look by itself. Right?
I've got kitty Tylenol.
Like getting my Sprinter van.
I got robots, kids. My hobby is robots.
Have this half a Benadryl and let's party, you know.
This robot's called Mr. Quiet. He's designed to quiet children.
But like, you know,
We're interviewing Michael Jackson right now.
we got this Facebook group for
I don't know where this is going, but I hope you're
let it go.
I hope you're like telling her on this mom's group. I assume you're in a mom's group.
No, it's like a.
I got your kids Tylenol. If you want to meet me out back of a 7-Eleven.
It's an HOA group, right? For like my neighborhood's HOA.
So a mom's group.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. And there's a bunch of people that are like, does anybody have Tylenol? But I cannot offer mine because I don't have children.
That is, yeah.
And if I'm like some weird single adult that's like, I have 3 bottles of children's Tylenol that I could give to you, it's just gonna bring a lot of unwanted questions that I don't have good answers to.
I mean, you are a homosexual in Utah County hoarding child.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
You went to Utah County willingly? That's just asking for trouble.
You got to do what you got to do. You know.
I mean, we were discussing that prior to the show, so yeah, we know what you'd do for a Klondike bar.
Most things. There's not a lot I wouldn't do.
Shut the fuck up. You're into robots.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Back into the
Because
robot.
I'm actually really interested in this. This is like one of the guests where I'm like, holy shit, you're into something really crazy that nobody is into that I know.
Sure.
We discussed how you kind of got into robots. What does somebody do to, like, right now be into robots? Like,
I don't know. I mean, like, this is gonna sound.
do you go to Hobby Lobby?
No, I mean they hate the gays.
You're not allowed in there.
Oh, I still shop there.
They have detectors.
Well, I don't shop there. My very, very homosexual boyfriend does.
I'm glad he's
I
also.
really hope he
homosexual.
goes in there in like skinny jeans and like a cut off shirt and
Pretty
like,
much does.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he definitely
gives the middle finger to
fags
him the
up
whole time.
place, for
I
sure.
really hope he does.
And
Because that makes my soul
Well, because it's
happy.
like there's gay and then there's gay, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gay,
guess.
and then I'm like there's like Terry gay, you know, right? Like there's different kinds.
Did you
He
meet the
goes,
side
"Let's
piece,
go."
Drew? I can't remember that.
Oh my
no,
God.
you were supposed to, but
How
then
are you
were
saying this on a podcast right now and
then you
being
were
okay
freaked out,
with
and then
it?
you were like, no.
How are you? Okay.
Nobody
So
else.
Robotics, yeah.
So besides going into Hobby Lobby,
No, you go like I mean like a good way like people wanted to get into it would be
Yes.
like Legos.
I'm way into Legos.
Yeah. So they got Lego robotic sets.
Okay.
They got programmable like kinetics, that kind of stuff. You know.
But
are
none
pretty
of my
expensive, aren't
Legos will go out in the garden and plant seeds.
No, but you get a stepping stone, right? You don't learn to do it all at once, right? You don't learn how to build a car from scratch. You kind of learn how to change your oil, your brakes, and then you kind of get your way into doing some more advanced stuff, right? So you got to kind of start with like the easier stuff, you know. And programming is incredibly easy to learn for anybody. I think it's a really accessible thing that people just feel scared by. Like it seems daunting, but it's not. There's lots of easy ways to do that, and it's like. Children's stuff, I think, is like the easiest way for even adults to kind of integrate themselves into that stuff is with children's games, right? Like Apple makes an app for your iPad that lets you build on their programming. Like it's called Swift, and it's a children's game, but it
Really?
teaches you like the basics of programming, and you just get started, right? You just kind of have to like, you know.
We need to get all of these apps somehow uploaded for people to look and witness.
Yeah, it's called Playgrounds.
Playgrounds.
Yeah, but seriously, like kids as young as 5 can do this.
So you go to children's playgrounds and ask them what they're doing
With my children's Tylenol.
with your children's Tylenol. Hey, you want a quick hit of Tylenol?
You guys want to check out my
What
TIG
apps?
one?
What apps are you guys using?
Yeah. What's the app these days? Which is Be Real, by the way. That's the new one.
What is that?
It's like Snapchat.
Nope. Sorry, I thought it was a robot thing. Never mind. I don't want to know anymore.
No, it's not that exciting.
Oh wait, I know about this. I heard about this.
Yeah, you have to take a picture like whatever you're doing at the time.
Yeah,
And it takes a picture front and back.
Yeah, I feel like I would only be on the toilet all the time. Like, with my luck, it would just be like,
Be Real, and you're like shitting your brains out.
and it's just that upward. It's that upward angle where it's all chin, and then my underwear.
That's the thing is it takes the front and back of the camera, so it's like it gets both.
People would be like, "Wow, he sweats a lot."
I mean, like conceptually, like I think the app is a good idea, right? Because like that's a lot of people's beef with social media is it's like so curated and like you only see what people want you to see, kind of a thing. But it's just like I don't need more things.
Yeah, I just got into social media because of this podcast, and we're on Instagram right now, and I have a Twitter. We don't do anything with it. I have a Tumblr. We don't do
I work
anything
in
with
marketing.
it. I mean, if you want to take over the shit, please, by all means, because I am drowning. I post like once a month, and I'm like, why aren't we getting any traction?
It could be worse. You could be like my grandma who just like posts messages to like individuals on her public page when it's like, "Hey Carol, hope you're well." And you're
I feel like we now need
hopefully
to.
Carol sees this.
I feel like we now need to start doing this. Hey Colton,
Hey,
I
Tom.
hope you're doing well.
Will I see you Sunday?
just make a
Question
reel,
mark.
make a reel like it's FaceTime. Hi Colton.
It's like Cameo, but for alcoholics.
We should start an app where it's called Drinking with Friends, where it
That's a
just
good
forces
idea.
you to drink with friends, but you have to link up at a bar, and then you have to, like, your phone automatically shuts off. This is a good app idea.
Yeah.
I mean, like, text messaging could do this too, but
Actually, with Colton knowing how to program, we actually
we're on to
feasible.
something.
It is
Is.
feasible.
we
Well,
should
no, actually,
program
I actually
robots
had an idea
that
that-
hold people accountable to shit. I
It
don't know
feels like
how,
we're getting
but
kind of like
you can't program
really
willpower.
personal about this. Yeah, I know.
no. It's more like I'm worried that like that ends up being abused as a sexual robot.
I assumed that you were going to tell us your hobby has led to you building
Just
humanoid
being
robots.
pneumatically fisted by a robot.
Again!
Let's just call a spade a spade. The VR is here. All we got to do is get a couple more components in.
Well, you know,
And then, boom,
interesting.
you
This
were
is
there.
not what this podcast is about!
Sure, this podcast is about whatever we goddamn well want to make
Look,
it.
you're the one that didn't put an agenda in front of anybody.
Yeah,
Like,
this is your fault.
I asked very specifically, what are we talking about? You said, whatever. And I said, okay. And then I said, I'm really good at drinking and talking shit. You said,
All right.
perfect. So
Cool.
here we are.
Here's the great thing that I want to know.
Still on your, first drink.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was the People's Court.
Hey,
Ooh, dun dun.
what we could do is we can link up to the VR porn, throw it into the fleshlight.
What the fuck? Where
make
is
it
this
app,
coming from?
And then boom,
But see,
we are making millions.
We're behind on this, right? Because okay, so Vice, you know, like the quasi news channel,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah,
by,
and Colton will make billions.
yeah. So Vice has the news channel where you have they had 2 chains on there for like a limited series,
Right.
and he did one where they had a product called the Launch, which is Bluetooth enabled fleshlight.
Jesus Christ.
That's not a bad idea.
No, but it's great because like the opposite partner has, like a toy that basically mimics the action on the Bluetooth enabled fleshlight.
See, that's not a bad idea.
So you just throw the VR on there, and you got a full system here.
Well, my whole thing is like, let's just call a spade. Well, the one.
Is there anybody? Oh, there's one.
Yeah, it was me. and
It's
I
my
think
wife.
It might be 0 now.
Like, God
Just
damn it.
supporting your hobby. Be like, you're doing great, babe.
Ellie's like, Tom isn't welcome over anymore.
Yeah, I'm not certainly. I will not be invited.
I'm
back.
actually really glad we stopped recording. Maybe subconsciously I hit the stop record. I don't
You
know.
did say you were out.
I don't know.
When did it go? Like, when did it stop?
But how long were we talking?
Oh, like an hour ago. So
Oh,
we're
well,
good.
that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
Because I
So
did
pretty much
say
the whole
a lot
episode
of racially charged things.
is gone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So anyway, we're interviewing
Do we want to start over again?
Colton. No, we're already in it. We're interviewing Colton
We
about
haven't
his
been recording for
robotics.
the past fucking hour.
We're good.
Oh, he's exaggerating. It wasn't
yeah,
that long.
it's
Oh.
been
Like 5 minutes.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's right.
No, they,
Colton's
most of
into
the-
robotics.
Yeah.
He has a robot that plants seeds and fists him. I don't know.
And me and Colton are trying to figure out how to market that shit
No,
to
we're
OnlyFans.
trying to walk away from all of this. We're trying to walk toward making this show about hobbies and hobbyists.
Well, but you could.
Drew, if you want to get hobbyists, you've got to go down to Pioneer Park and find the dude in the Mercedes driving around.
I'll tell you what, guys.
Wildly looking.
This 11.5% beer called
Gonna-
Feast Beer by Fisher Brewery.
It's going to kick your ass.
Sponsor us. Look how thick
You have to have an audience to
I
sponsor.
don't think it is. Oh, fuck you.
I'm just saying marketing, right? I mean, I'm not paying for an audience of your mom who probably doesn't even drink beer.
She does not.
So,
His dad does, though.
We really should have not invited a marketing guy on the show and been like, look how fast and loose we're playing this. Why are we not getting any monies?
I keep trying to get on
Look.
Podcorn, and you keep saying no.
you can say whatever you want on podcasts, and there are people who will sponsor you. 100%.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Tom knows that there's a place where we can get someone to sponsor us. I just
Yeah.
don't want to be sponsored by like State Farm.
Why?
We
Why?
are farmers. See,
gotta-
that's a
you
totally
gotta-
different one.
bum,
I
bum, bum.
fuck it up. See?
Yeah, but you just get them to give you the B-roll and you just put it in there. You don't have to actually say anything.
Dude,
I'm not
Tom,
putting anybody's B-roll anywhere.
I could do the Tom Segura. Hi, LaCroix is our drink of choice. Every
Look.
time I get thirsty, I drink LaCroix.
It's
Drink
Tom-
LaCroix.
Tom Segura
It's like- I
sucks
was like-
so bad at his
I know, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
almost like he's like rebelling against having to do commercials because every time you listen to like Two Bears One
Just
Cave,
sounds
he's like,
miserable.
"Hi, this is Tom Segura. I have a sleep number bed. I like to sleep on setting number 6. Back to the show."
Whereas every time I've heard Bird do it, he's like, I love this product so much. You should go and
But
buy
it's
it right
always
now."
something fucking dumb like sleep number bed. How many people have a Sleep Number bed? Do you have a Sleep Number bed?
I don't, because I'm normal.
Do you have a Sleep Number bed?
I don't.
You know, I did sleep on one time at the hospital.
So that's
And
who's
it was
doing it.
actually pretty comfortable.
It's like when people say, well, the F-150 is the number one selling truck out there. Yeah, because it is the number one government purchase for a truck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
The government is propping up F-150s everywhere. That's like Sleep Number. Apparently hospitals are just propping up their numbers. Like, we're the number one bed in America. Hospitals.
Yeah. For people getting a sleep study done.
Do
you have sleep apnea? Find out next week. The Sleep Number.
Sir, what setting are you on? I'm on Sleep Number 6. Yeah, if you could roll to your side and put it on an 8, we wouldn't even see what you...
I did a sleep study, by the way. Because you have to do it for the jaw surgery. They have to, like, find a reason for your insurance to pay for it, kind of a thing.
Like, you got a weak-ass jaw.
Yeah. And they stick you to a bunch of wires. They put, like, wires on your chest and your head. But they also put them on your wiener.
Seriously? Are you doing?
Yeah, no, I swear to God. And they measure, like, how many times you get erect every night. Yeah.
For jaw surgery.
Well, no, for sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is related to jaw surgery.
And it's somehow related to how many boners you get at night?
Yeah, apparently. I didn't ask the science.
How did we go from Sleep Number beds to how many boners you get at night?
Hospitals.
How do I volunteer for this study? But
your insurance will happily pay for you to get a nurse to measure your boners. So
sweet. Really?
Sponsored by Select Health.
Sponsored by Select Health. Weirdly enough, we just got a cease and desist coming from everybody.
Well, I mean, I great insurance.
We've been canceled! Hooray!
But it's
I'm
like
free of this hell.
You know, you listen to I listen to Morbid, right? Like that true crime podcast, and it's these like two creepy sisters, and they'll like talk about like the most heinous fucking crime you've ever heard about, and then it will like transition to be like, and now for a word from our sponsor, Chili Sleep, and you're like, what the fuck is Chili Sleep? And it's like they just got talked about like this dude just like raped 4 women and buried their bodies in like the San Bernardino hills, and then it's like it goes into this
having trouble sleeping,
yeah, like,
Chili Sleep.
Do you want a good night's rest? And it's like, well, maybe I stopped listening to heinous murder porn. You know, like
the problem that I have with like, should I go and get some kind of sleep study done, because I sleep like garbage.
You don't want to know?
I already know. No, I already know. Like, you should not eat an entire bag of Skittles and then play some like crazy light flashing in your eyes right before you go to bed.
You know, it's not even that, I don't think. Like, I think we blow that stuff out of proportion. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, I did like the sleep study, and it's like it was all kind of on accident. Like, the jaw surgery was kind of on accident, really. Like, the whole journey was just kind of like on accident. And I went to talk to like the sleep specialist, the doctor, and you know, they ask you like these questions. They like this like metered test about like you felt like 1 to 5, like how tired are you on this, like all this kind of shit. And you're like, yeah, like. And she was like, yeah, you probably have sleep apnea. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, you're studying. And she's like, you're tired all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking adult. Like, is that not what are people not just tired all the time? And she's like, no. And I was like, what? And then you like wear a CPAP machine, and it's awesome.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, marrying my wife makes me realize that normal people don't just stay up until they have to go to sleep. They go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, dude. I like, once my head hits that pillow, I'm gone.
I go to sleep pretty quick.
This guy.
Same.
I don't.
Kylan's the same way. Like, he won't...
I can't shut my brain
toss
off.
And turn for hours, and I'm like, oh, it's sleepy time, bye. You know?
Yeah.
But that's why our next sponsor is brought to you by Beam Dream.
Beam Dream.
Yeah.
The only kind of drug that is legally sold over the counter and get you fucked up
That's
enough
like,
to go to sleep.
I listen to this political podcast, and like their sponsors are just off the rails. Like they had the one called like, oh shit, it was like a Mind Bloom or something, and it's ketamine guided therapy. It's like they'll talk about like Donald Trump, and then they'll be like, and now brought to you by our sponsor, where you can get ketamine guided therapy online. And I'm like, what world are we living in?
That's the crazy part. That's the world we're living
Like,
in,
I'm
where
just
we
like-
could be like, I have trouble sleeping, and they're like, here is a
Ketamine.
bunch of illegal substances that somehow we've legalized just for this trial.
Horse
Yeah.
tranquilizers. Just like, but well, that's like, here's the thing, like, you guys remember like 2012, that was like the world was gonna end, the Mayan calendar or whatever.
yeah.
I think that happened.
We're all just living in purgatory.
Yeah, like this is just like the alternate timeline. Like the world did end because like everything has been pretty shitty since.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is maybe all the good Christians did ascend. Because all we're left with is a bunch of like January 6th insurrection
we
bullshit.
just didn't notice because there was like 4.
All the good people left, and we're just stuck down here.
There was like 4 of us that were like beamed up.
I mean,
there was not that many.
Has anyone actually seen Obama recently?
Yeah.
No,
but
2012?
who has? Netflix, apparently. He's out there just doing all sorts of shit.
The J-Dubs had it right, man. Heaven was full. They only got like 4 or 5 people to go up.
I mean, nobody's really been knocking on my door, so...
Oh, I got missionaries knocked on my door the other day, and I was like, it's probably not the right
back
place.
into Utah.
It's not right. It's not Utah. They knock on your door in Alabama, too, friend.
That's
I
true.
got way more J-Dubs knocking on my door than missionaries. Way more.
I had a Jehovah's Witness friend growing up, and I didn't know what that was when I was growing up, but I was like in Texas for this particular instance, and there's not a lot of, Latter-day Saint folks out there.
Okay.
No.
There's not. And so like I was used to like other places that did have a lot of them. And so, I was like, I don't know what a Jehovah's Witness was, and I was like, oh, like, do you want to come to my birthday party? He was like, no. I was like, oh.
Yeah, because they don't celebrate anything.
And then I asked my mom, and she was like, oh, that's because they don't believe in birthdays. And I was like, that's strange. But, like, they don't believe in, like, blood transfusions even.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, if you're dying, it's just like, I guess you die.
Sorry,
and you're like,
so, not to alienate maybe, like,
the
two listeners. But I read this article the other day that said people are rejecting blood transfusions from people because they don't know if they're vaccinated or not. Now, not on the side of that you're thinking, on the opposite side.
People that aren't vaccinated.
They don't want what they are now calling unclean blood, vaccinated blood, to be pumped into their body to literally save their life.
Oh, yeah.
And there have been a record number of people refusing to live, basically.
I believe people like Andrew Tate, man. Like it's like this is Alex Jones bullshit, like gay frogs kind of stuff.
Just like do not pump vaccinated blood into my body, sir. This is what's going to save your life.
I just think like we've like every issue's become too political. That's
everything.
And it's like the Ukrainian thing, right? Like the Ukraine war. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe we shouldn't invade countries because we feel like it. Maybe that's just. I mean, that's big bold statement coming from the United States, but but nonetheless, it's just like all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're a fucking liberal if you support the war, if you support Ukrainians.
Ukraine doesn't have oil, so we're not going to.
They don't have anything of value to us, apparently, except for like
they got hot blonde women, man. They got value to me.
Yeah,
no. The tech companies love their flag, so that's a value.
Well, and the tech companies love their cheap coding labor too.
Oh,
yeah. It is Europe's breadbasket. Yeah, so there is a lot of food
and
production.
I think Hunter Biden's laptop somewhere in Ukraine.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I mean,
follow next time for Hunter Biden's laptop.
Gay frogs.
Gay frog. We have a gay frog in the studio right now.
We will get the
rivet for us, bitch.
I could have come in a ski mask like Kanye. Just full.
So what's your thoughts on Hitler?
Netanyahu, Oh, God. The most unhinged interview I've ever watched, and it's crazy.
Hey, you know what? And Biden came out and said we all need to take a stance. So I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows this stance right now.
Hitler was bad.
Hitler fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Like he sucks so bad.
Hitler was
controversial. Should not be controversial.
Even if you're like, his art was all right, you shouldn't even say that.
It wasn't though, because he couldn't get into art school.
No, obviously he sucked. Obviously he kept sucking, and then he died.
And that's why,
because
he was a gay guy who couldn't paint, and then he's like, I'm gonna murder a bunch of people.
Are you guys claiming that now?
No, he was gay.
You guys are claiming
hot
that now.
take. Oh, not us.
For right now,
the gays trademark.
First time you've ever heard this?
Not. No, it's not. It's not the first time. I did not invent the gay Hitler.
Okay, but there's so much more that I need to fucking talk to you about.
Drew, just let it go, man.
No, I can't let it go because
it's like taking a shit. You just gotta let it go, Bob.
Give me an agenda next time.
Colton is so interesting that it's ridiculous. Not only did I not know about robotics that he was into, but I've been learning more about Colton, and I'm like, holy shit, you own a nightclub?
Well, not yet.
But I mean, it's in the works.
In the works, yeah.
Nice.
Talk to us about that. What's going on? Promote it. Do whatever you want. To my mom. My mom would love to know about your nightclub.
I mean, your mom might, but I think it's so the whole pitch was kind of a family friendly drag show, right? Like,
okay.
A lot of drag shows are they're not. It's not that they're inappropriate. It's just that they're adult, right?
They're based to their
content.
audience.
Right? Yeah, it's adult content. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be funny. But I think there's like a way to bring that into like a family friendly environment, and still offer that adult content at different hours, right? So like. The pitch was like, let's do that during the day. Like, let's have a family-friendly version, and let's have an adult version. And so, there's not a lot of LGBT inclusive bars in Utah.
Oh, weird.
There's the Sun Trap and Angles.
Yeah, and I think you'd be surprised too. Like, there's a demand there too, right? Salt Lake's Pride is one of the largest Pride festivals in the country.
Isn't it?
It
second?
is. Yeah, it's second.
Yeah.
At least the last time I checked. So there's demand there, but just we've never really catered to that audience. But it's like I think there's a lot of adjacent people, and given partially the culture in Utah too, is like there's people that want to be supportive, but like have that kind of like not that supportive kind of thing. Like they're like, oh, that's a little gay for me. It's like they want to be like supportive, but it's like, oh, that's a little too much,
Like they need that friend so they can still say the bad words.
Right? Yeah,
but...
they want to have a gay friend, but they want like one like me who will like go to Home Goods with them. Like they don't want the leather daddy in their house, right? Like they don't want that.
See, in Utah, I'm kind of shocked that nobody's been like, you know what, we need more gay bars, because it's like, let's call a spade. Utah loves money. I love money, and you. I'm surprised.
I think the LDS folk are industrious people, and I think that's partially why, and we're a highly educated workforce too, right? I think, we're one of the most educated populations in the country.
Yeah,
and I think that's. Definitely part of the church's influence on the state. But, nonetheless, I think, there needs to be inclusive space. And for me, like, I never really liked clubbing. That was never for me, right? Like, I never really enjoyed going out to, like, nightclubs or bars. I didn't really like to dance like a lot of my friends did. And there's just not, like, an inclusive space for me to go that isn't that kind of a thing. Like,
right.
It's either that or you don't go out kind of a thing. So... the goal was to create a more inclusive space where you didn't feel obligated to stay out till 2 a.m. and
so more for the
do
introvert.
bumps off your asshole.
Bumps off your asshole.
Just boofing a dude in the back room. Just foam pits and, fucking Speedos. Yeah.
I feel like we need a translator. Like the term boofing.
Look, if you want to translate,
can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes, Justice Kavanaugh loves to boof. There you go.
Holy shit! Yes, all right. All right.
Coach Kavanaugh.
We're back on track, I guess, for something
fun.
But yeah, that's one venture.
When is this inclusive club gonna open?
That's a TBD still.
All right. You got a name?
Yeah,
I hope it's not
we did.
introverts boofing off assholes.
It was Kavanaugh's Corner. No, we originally had explored buying a franchise model that was similar, and that was the name we were going to take. So it's unnamed right now because we decided not to go that route. Just kind of given.
I mean, I'm not going to sell you it, but if you wanted to call it the 1 ounce pour.
The 1 ounce pour.
And then sponsor us the entire time.
This was like the other way
with,
around.
like, just listeners.
Just a bunch of gay dudes.
Dude, I don't care who's listening. I just want to listen.
Inclusive white moms who were like, I'm a mama dragon. And you're like, okay, whatever that is.
Just a bunch of introvert people that are like, we like to go out and see drag shows, and we like to also listen to two straight dudes talk about bullshit.
You're bringing in kinks. We've got a bunch of swingers here in Draper.
Ooh, pineapple.
I'm just saying, like, if Joe
Upside
Rogan
down.
can go from karate to building a multi-billion-dollar empire, I'm pretty sure.
Stop talking about Joe Rogan.
No, he's an asshole.
Rogan.
He is.
He's an
Here's-
asshole,
here's
an
the deal.
unqualified asshole.
I appreciate what he's done.
What has he done for the world?
Nothing.
Yeah,
He's made. Here's what.
He's a karate coach.
You know when people say like, "How has things affected your life?" Here's how Joe Rogan's affected my life. He hasn't, except I can no longer listen to Neil Young on Spotify. So fuck him. I fucking hate Joe Rogan because I can't listen to Neil Young on Spotify. That's it.
I think you could make a solid argument that he helped pioneer like modern podcasting and like became one of the reasons that like podcasting became so large. And
Yeah, I mean,
him and Corolla were
all
kind
of my
at the
friends
basement of it.
that are like, I'm into podcasts. I love podcasts. I'm like, what kind of podcast?
and then
is
it's
it?
always Joe Rogan.
It's Joe Rogan, and I'm like, that's cool. Do you listen to anything else? No.
Yeah. Well, my problem is he like positions himself as like a thought leader or like an expert in subjects because he has people adjacent to that knowledge on his show.
Yeah.
And it's like you again were a karate coach turned comedian and have no formal education.
The way I set this show up was that I was actually an expert in robotics and homosexuality
Same.
Yeah, and
Holy
then-
shit. What are the odds?
because you're on my show. And
there you
our
go.
last show was who? I can't even remember. It was so long ago.
I can't remember.
It's all right. We did not forget you, person who we interviewed last time.
Clearly forgotten. But I'm on the Christmas special. So
Hey.
Yeah,
there you
Christmas special.
choke on that, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because we keep changing how many seasons we've had.
Oh, okay.
So anytime that I have to like go on long work trips and we can't do this podcast, if there's like 2 weeks in between,
You
then
gotta
we have a new
pre-record.
season.
You gotta pre-record.
I know we need to do a lot of things.
Sure.
We just don't do them. So then we just make up excuses like new season. Like, by the way, this
We're
is the
season
Christmas.
4.
This is the no. This is a Christmas special at the end of season 3
For your holiday break
for our holiday break
to resume in January.
Yeah, because we've been celebrating all the holidays.
Right. Chanukah.
Kwanzaa.
I'm
What?
in the Hanukkah spirit.
Well, he's...
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, I would stop doing that right now. I would just,
It's like a reverse Kanye.
I would not upset anyone on this show right now. We
Who
don't
the
have.
hell listens to our show?
Well, do you want them to be
Nobody's
nobody?
gonna start. Yeah.
'Cause that's a good way to make it
They're
nobody.
gonna take one good look and they'd be like, nope.
We finally
Log
get one
out.
listener. They're like, yeah, that's what does it for
Report
me.
to
No.
Spotify.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Neil Young's like, I'm not joining Spotify anymore.
He's coming back.
It's
to
Joe
the
Rogan
punches.
and Tom wearing a fake yarmulke.
Honestly, Tom, if you were the reason, if he came back to Spotify for a day just to like promote like, you know, a new 4-way street or something, and he saw you and was like, fuck this, I hate Spotify, I would murder you. I would straight up tell your wife, hey, I'm glad to meet you, but I had to murder your husband because he made Neil Young disappear again. Do you know how hard it is to like find Neil Young on Pandora?
No,
It's
I don't
impossible.
because I don't
It's
listen to
impossible.
Neil Young.
Pandora's still a thing?
I think so. I think we're on Pandora.
Okay.
Oh,
Can
there's
you listen to him on like YouTube?
I just wasn't aware that Pandora was still...
I hop in my vehicle. I want to listen to Heart of Gold. I go to Spotify
As one does.
and I get to Joe Rogan somehow.
You want to know what you do?
It's like YouTube, right? It's like you start on a YouTube video where you're like, oh, this is a video on how to like install this new flusher in my toilet. And then you
And
end
then
up
it's a grown
Flat Earth.
Asian man wearing kids' clothes with a giant lollipop screaming, ah!
Where the
Or
hell do you go on YouTube?
My
Or Flat
children, dude.
Earth.
Okay, the best thing that ever happened was YouTube Kids, because normal YouTube is the darkest rabbit hole for children, and no child should ever go on YouTube and start with Lightning McQueen and end with some dude in some other country dressed as a like large baby licking a lollipop in a language you don't know, telling your children how happy he is.
See, my whole YouTube feed consists of music, sports talk radio, been like
I want to
cooking
hook
shows.
you up right now to a lie detector and ask you straight up, like,
Now
what
if you
does your
start asking me
search
about my
history look like?
other internet history, but YouTube, no, that's pretty much just cooking.
because we share the same Instagram, And every once in a while, I'll be like, "Oh, hey, Tom's been on."
Actually, I don't share our Instagram anymore. I unloaded it. Now on mine,
what are we talking about?
Yes.
You were into drag shows. You're starting your own club. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
We're out of robotics now.
Well, we did that.
We did that,
man.
Yeah.
Best
So
pneumatic fisting.
that's the takeaway from all of this. Again,
Fisto,
11.5% Fisher beer right here.
Drew after that. And
So you got a club. It's inclusive to people that
we're
don't
just
talk.
evolving. Just,
Fuck Joe Rogan.
that may get us some listeners.
yeah, we just
Hashtag fuck Joe Rogan.
shit on Joe Rogan, and we'll get subscriber Neil Young.
I think it's telling us
We're almost out of battery.
Oh, okay, good. I thought it was telling us we're out of Instagram credits or some shit. Like, you guys suck. Get out of here.
No, but if
You
we
had
shit on
no
Joe Rogan
clue.
long enough, we'll get a Neil Young following us.
Yes. Oh, that would make me so excited.
Just one.
Hashtag we love Neil Young.
Hashtag I'll be
That's
your
too long of a
cinnamon girl.
hashtag. That's-
Hashtag Drew's cinnamon girl.
That's still too long.
Hashtag
Hashtag Neil.
Why not just Cinnamon Girl?
because I need him to know I'm his cinnamon girl.
It's okay.
That's pathetic.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm thirsty for Neil Young.
But I'm
Really? 'Cause-
thirsty for
'cause
Neil
that's what it
Young.
sounded like. It's like, I'm not saying I'm gay, but I suck a lot of dick. It's like, sure, I guess you're not saying that, but you are a little bit.
Come back to us, Neil. He gets on, gets
Come
off.
back to us, Neil.
Oh no. Old
Cinnamon
man,
girl.
take a look at my life. I'm a lot like Drew was.
Oh,
Wow. So this is not a
you
podcast
shouldn't have
about
had
Neil
me
Young.
here.
No.
This is a
think
mistake.
This is.
I think Drew should make this a podcast about Neil Young, and I'll just sit here and listen.
I feel like we can only possibly get like 2 episodes.
Okay, so I have
That
to
would be
tell
all we
you
can talk
the
about.
best Neil Young story that is not the best. I'm just setting it up like it is. I had a friend who came over, and I was so excited because I got 4-Way Street on vinyl, and I was just super stoked to play it. It was a super clean vinyl. I put it on, and I'm sitting down, and I'm trying to enjoy it. And this guy's like, "You like Neil Young?" And I was like, "Enough to talk about it in 6 years on the podcast, way too much." And he's like, "Yeah, name all of his albums."
What?
And I was like, "Dude, what? I can't name all of his albums." And he's like, "Yeah, apparently you don't like Neil Young." And I was drunk enough that I thought this was a good idea. I took off this fake crown and I set it on his head. And I was like, "There you go, man. You win." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "You are now the king of Neil Young." And then he cried and left. And all my friends were like, "He just went through a rough breakup."
What does that have to do with Neil Young?
And I was like, "Oh, I thought we were talking about Neil Young." And it is to this day, some of my friends will be like, "Oh, remember when he took off your crown, the fake one, and put it on that other kid's head and then made him feel like shit and he left crying?" Story of my life.
Yeah, but like he's that kind of guy that like
Gets offended.
well, I was gonna say like
I don't know.
attacks people for like liking,
Snowflake.
like it's like when you see like stupid girls like wearing a Nirvana t-shirt and you're like, "Oh, you don't know."
But I would never do that. I would
No.
would never attack.
crazy. Like you can like
anyone.
an artist and not know everything they did, right?
You know what's crazy?
I like Frank
wouldn't
Sinatra. I couldn't name every goddamn song he had.
even-
I can't even name all the women he raped. So, and there was a lot. Hashtag me too.
Yes.
Right?
Chad Daniels, hashtag drive safe, don't rape.
Fly him to the moon.
Fly me to the moon.
Let me rape you in the mouth.
This is not what this podcast
Like,
is
you are
about.
doing this.
No,
This is your fault.
Drew's like, we're wrong the
Hey,
chain.
fuck you. This is a tandem podcast. You need to also control our guests. I don't know.
Look,
Dude, I'm willing to let it go wherever
First
it
of all-
goes.
11.5%.
first of all, you had me on. It's your fault. So,
Dude, what was
strike
my
one.
last podcast about? Fucking anything that came out of my mouth.
No, you don't get to promote that garbage on this show.
We had 400 listeners a week, man.
They were in India, but that's fine.
I'm sorry. Are you saying there's something wrong with people from India?
Absolutely not. If you want to listen and you're in India, please follow us right now.
They're like, who's Neil Young?
Love the Desi women, dude. Love the Desi women.
We only know
Did you say you love the Desi women?
Oh, yeah.
the what?
Oh my
Indian
God.
women. Desis.
Desis?
Yeah.
Is that an okay term to say? I don't
Probably
know.
not. It's probably like saying Oriental.
No, it really is. Like,
It really is a
it
bad
really-
term to say.
No, it's an okay term to say. It is an okay, like, they refer to themselves as Desi.
Okay.
All right.
Some
All right.
Bollywood.
I'm going to look it up and probably edit half of this part out.
Let me get a ski mask. We'll come back to the
I'm ready for it. Come on.
I'll get my Yahoo and my net.
I'm not saying Hitler was bad, but
No, that's not even. He was like, it was even worse. He was like, Hitler did some good shit.
he was so bad.
It's not like he transitioned to be like, Volkswagen's a really solid brand. Right. It was like, no, but like maybe genocide's cool. You know, and you're like,
Because
what?
there's a lot of ways you can kind of pivot off of that conversation.
Right, because you'd be like, oh, Volkswagen's one of the safest automobiles in the country. That's not
And
what he
the
meant.
worst
No.
pivot he took was...
Jews are bad. just like...
Even Alex Jones was like, no, I know a lot of Jewish
You
people.
really
They're
have.
good people.
Let's focus back on Sandy Hooks being a hoax and gay frogs.
You know, he went way too far. If Alex Jones is like, yikes. Can we cut to a commercial break? And I'm like, this dude will say anything for $1.
Dude,
He's selling like ground up chicken bones as protein shakes.
Hey,
you know?
Go hit live again. We lost live or something.
no, we didn't lose
Yeah, we did.
I don't think we want to go live.
I don't think we want to go live anymore.
I just said,
Connection.
Jews are bad.
Do not hit live.
No, we're live, dude.
I mean, we're talking about Kanye. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my
History.
God,
The
we're
word
back
Desi comes from the Sanskrit word desh, meaning country. The word Desi is referred to something from the country, and the time usage shifted towards referring to people, cultures, and products of a specific region. For example, Desi food, Desi calendars, and Desi dress. And if you go on the hub and you want to look at Indian women, it's Desi.
If you go on the hub and want to look at just... All right, so robotics.
The hub. I didn't know there was like slang for Pornhub. Like, you know, you just hit up the hub.
Just hit up the hub.
Only for the premium members.
I got Hub Premium. For fuck's sake, are they sponsoring us? Because they fucking better well be. The hub.
Are you a bored, lonely young man listening to my show?
Are you somebody who likes to bookmark porn for later?
Do you want your comments to actually show up?
Are you waiting to be radicalized?
Has an incel group known as the Proud Boys reached out to you specifically by name?
Do you have an inordinate amount of tiki torches in your garage?
Do you look really good in khakis and a polo?
Do you look like you sell State Farm insurance?
What are you wearing? Khakis and a polo and a
With
tiki torch?
You will
We
not
are
replace us.
farmers. Watch out, you racist fuck.
There's what our State Farm sponsorship drew. God damn it! What the fuck are you doing? That's money out of our
Now
pocket.
Allstate can do it too, because then we're in racist hands.
Oh fuck!
What?
Are you worried about a drag show happening near you? Contact Allstate.
You know,
You're in
there's
racist hands with
There's
Allstate.
so much shit popping up right now on my phone. I don't even know.
Instagram's like, we heard you say Jews 5 times.
Live video. I don't think that they're letting us keep this going.
Like, you guys are done.
You know, they're like,
You guys are so done.
your Instagram's been suspended for 7 days.
No, what's so funny is
gonna be like, what
we
the
had a Twitter, right?
We did?
And within like a month, within a couple days, our Twitter was suspended instantly.
For
I
what?
tried to do that whole like blue check mark, pretend you're Elon
Oh,
Musk
yeah.
thing, just as
Sure, yeah.
1 ounce pour
As
kind
you
of
should.
ploy. Yeah, and we instantly got suspended.
Seriously?
Yeah, well, it turns out free speech is only applicable if it
If you're
has
rich.
nothing to do with Elon Musk.
If you're rich,
Yep.
Yeah.
you can talk all you
He
want.
wants to
if you're
pretend to be
rich.
a free speech absolutist, but then the second you're like, oh, maybe Elon Musk isn't great, he's like, yeah, banned. Bands.
Where'd you get all your
It's
parents'
like-
money from?
It's like that poor lady.
Oh, the part-time. Here.
the
blood diamond.
the emerald mines and the child exploitation.
I think I watched Leonardo DiCaprio in a movie like that.
People
got
betray your
chopped
dad.
up.
I mean, I don't know.
If you want to watch a good movie, Blood Diamond.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the one with Adam Sandler, right?
I would have paid money to see that movie with Adam Sandler. What am I doing in Africa?
And he's just like in the most ill-feeding clothes you've ever seen.
Just like a way
Forgot
too big
flip-flops.
LeBron James jersey. Like, oh, you
Flip-flops.
call these
Got his
fucking
Dunkin'
diamonds?
Donuts coffee in his hand. You know?
Pete Davidson plays his like counterpart.
Hey, which by the way, he's got to have a huge dick, right?
Ooh.
Pete Davidson, 100%, right? Like, because how else is he pulling in that bus?
Oh, this is
Dude,
gonna be
I-
so many good hashtags on
I
this.
honestly think that I don't know if he really does have one. I think he's just like, I don't care.
Well, I mean,
And he's
from
funny.
from a more scientific perspective, the sample size of dick that I have experienced. Generally tall, lanky white guys are hung. It just is. It's a fact. So
It's always the loud, fat, stout guys that.
no, it's like short, stubby, like it's like Louis C.K. Just red and stingy little pig dicks, you know. Whereas tall white guys who just have like
Don't worry, we're covering all the topics tonight.
they're like fucking tripods.
So
you know?
we're a podcast. We're about hobbies.
And my hobby is dick. I don't know what to tell
Did
you.
Louis C.K. name his the pig sticker? Hashtag Louis C.K. Me too.
Hashtag Charlotte's Web.
At some point, we have to figure out how to end this.
Well, we transitioned back into the Jews.
And that's been it for the 1 ounce.
Yeah, we close with robotics.
Robotics, yes.
Gay robotics.
So, how should somebody get into robotics? What would you say is the best way to get into robotics? And do not say the Jews.
You said the Jews. I didn't even bring it up.
Yeah, I feel like you know what's funny is I even said at the beginning of this show, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna give out free stickers." I don't even know where to put that in. Like, I
Here,
just
be like,
I think that
if
we're
you
gonna.
want
I think you're gonna have to edit this shit down a lot, man.
if you are upset
want your
about our
free We
show
Love the
today,
Jews
I'll give
sticker.
you a sticker.
Yeah, it's
That's
like a
about it.
consolatory prize. Or we get new stickers made and be like, we love the Jews. Oh, we covered
Drew,
this.
how much fun are you
I
gonna
know
have
we
editing
didn't. We
this?
didn't.
No, we talked about Legos and children's
Yeah,
games.
I know. But is there like a website?
Yeah, there's getintorobotics.com. Yeah, I don't know. No.
Okay, all right.
I can make a website, you know.
It's just like anything, man. You pick it up and you go with it. You find out how to do it on
Yeah,
your own.
like, I mean, YouTube videos, you know, like I said, the Legos are a really good route to do that. You know, I think that you
How does somebody get into owning a inclusive drag?
yeah, I get into shit.
Yeah, you get into
You
a
know,
lot
you
of
just
shit.
get into shit. You know, you do what you want to do. I think.
Fucking do it. Do
Yeah,
what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Now
the-
let's treat this like a Joe Rogan show. How do you be an alpha? Because I haven't figured it out.
you eat raw meat.
I literally
I've
told my
tried that, and
Have
I'm
you?
still like
You shouldn't.
crying
You
during
shouldn't try
Black
that.
Panther 2 trailers. So
You need to masturbate more.
what do you
Are we-
mean? What do you mean, Grinder?
Well, I mean the app, right? I mean, it's like you know, like how Instagram
Good transition, by the way.
has the little tiles for your picture when you're like looking through it. Grinder's like that, but it's like 5 little tiles in a row instead of like 3 little tiles, kind of thing, you know. So it's just a bunch of pictures, right, of dudes.
Okay.
okay.
And it's not like they're not most of the time like the like anonymous ones who didn't upload a picture. It's just like a gray like figure, you know, kind of like how Facebook used to be. If like you didn't upload a profile picture, it'd just be like that creepy little gay silhouette kind of a thing.
Okay.
I didn't know those silhouettes
It's
are
a
gay.
little gay. It's a little gay. Feminine features. And so
Fair enough.
No real jawline.
and then most of it is
Speaking of jawlines, sleep apnea. A good way to get your jaw realigned.
sleep number.
Sleep number. This podcast is
Brought
not
to you by
sponsored
Gay
by
Mattress.
This podcast is not sponsored
gay
by Sleep
mattresses.
Number.
You
but
know,
we would
Sleep
like
Number
it.
should now realize they are a gay mattress.
They're gay brands.
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, like,
we
what do you-
colonized them.
Yeah.
Why isn't purple a gay brand yet?
It's kind of gay. A little squishy. It's purple.
Really wanted a purple mattress.
They're not that great.
And my wife's exact response when she laid down was, "I feel like I'm laying on a dildo."
That's because that's what it's like, though. It's plasticky and rubber.
And you know what the salesman said? Good on him. Was like, yes, some of the stiffest silicone is embedded in this sleep. Just like, you know what, sir?
Just pivoted.
I will buy it right now for that awesome overcoming injection.
We did a Casper, and that's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, but you can't get the cheap Caspers. Like, that's how they get you. You gotta get the nice Casper.
Well, everything gets you like that. Like, you can't get a cheap Jeep.
Well,
You go in and you
Jeep anyway.
drive a cheap Jeep, and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And then you drive the most expensive, and you're like, this fucking rules.
Now, they make a good car, at least visually. Mechanically, no.
Mechanically, no. As
I once had a Jeep
cry
catch on fire.
As I just bought a
I know,
Jeep.
crazy.
Which kind? Wrangler?
No, it was like one of those like little bitch, like the Patriots.
Compass.
Oh,
Yeah. It was just pathetic.
Lost my virginity in a Jeep Liberty, so I'm gonna have a nice little soft spot in my heart.
We're gonna have to edit this next part out. But,
No, we will not. For you.
for me.
Oh,
I'm allowed to. I get one.
we clap.
I get one.
That, by the way, we clap when we want to edit stuff out.
Jews.
Damn it!
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is a hot Jew. Anyway.
She was my first, like, really weird boner.
Oh, okay.
How
Natalie
was she
Portman.
weird? That's not weird, man.
Well, I mean, you don't watch Star Wars by yourself. Usually it's a family event.
You're like, yeah. He's like fucking like. What's that fat worm thing?
Jabba the Hutt.
Like fucking Jabba the Hutt. Just be like, to fucking Natalie Portman.
My wiener's that weird little critter on the end of its tail. It's
And you're just like fucking your couch. You know?
calm down, Drew. Don't tell me what to do, Dad.
It's Natalie Portman. She's the hottest Jew I've ever seen.
Go upstairs, Blair 9 Inch Nails.
Anyway, related to the Jeep Patriot.
Sorry.
I went on this date with this guy once.
Okay, all right.
And
He had a Jeep Patriot.
no, I had a Jeep Patriot.
Okay.
I know, it's awful.
Full circle, robotics.
And so we were gonna go to the drive-in, right? Because it's a good place to get sexy.
In a Jeep Patriot.
Well, I mean, it's spacious. You lay the seat flat and put it into some pussy, which is boy pussy.
I got that. I think everybody got that. I think everybody understood. This is not what our podcast is about.
We covered my hobbies.
Your hobbies.
You already covered half my hobbies.
Oh my god.
But anyway, we were on a date, and we were at the mall, and there was this woman who was just, I mean, had to be like 500 pounds, just
Holy
an enormous person. And like, I don't fat shame. I'm not.
I mean, you are currently.
No, I don't have a problem with her body at all. I wouldn't fuck her, but I wouldn't fuck any woman.
Yeah.
So, and it was.
I gotta
a
say,
Klondike bar.
that also sucks because that's such an easy slide, right?
What do you mean?
Well,
I
you're
had
like,
sex with a woman.
I wouldn't fuck a 500-pound woman.
But I
And then
wouldn't
you
fuck
leave it to the
anyone.
I mean, I
two
wouldn't
straight
fuck a
women,
500-pound
or two
dude
straight
either. Because I mean,
I would never
would
fat
like-
shame, but
Hold on.
also.
I'm not
Is
fat
there-
shame, man. I don't have a problem with them.
Is there a Klondike
wait,
bar?
hold on. Edit.
Is there a Klondike bar involved in it? Because if there is, I'll jump on that.
Oh yeah,
There's a treat at the end.
Yeah, I'm sure there probably is. Bitch made a Skittles cake.
She had that.
Anyway.
She had that Diet Coke with
But, like,
6 pumps.
when you're that size, like mobility's a problem,
Right.
And a lot of them end up resorting to like
Rascals.
wheelchairs, right? And this woman was not. She was walking.
Good for her.
Yeah, good
Exactly,
for her.
literally
Good
what I
for
said.
her.
I said, good for her for like getting up on her feet and like walking. And he took that as like a fat shaming comment because it really was not intended to be that way. I was just like, good honor kind of thing. It's like, it would
Yeah.
be easy just to be like, I'm going to be in a jazzy and be even more fat than I already am, kind of a thing. And apparently he had like an eating disorder when he was in high school, and he used to be like a big old fat kid, and then he got really thin, and that was the whole thing, and he was like offended, but not that offended because I fucked him twice in this Jeep. And then, like, I thought that
How do I edit this show? I don't know where. I don't know where the line is. Like,
just let that shit
listen,
go.
listen. I don't want to edit somebody's voice that is clearly, being repressed, but I also don't want to let this repressed voice say, like,
Yeah, he took it as that, but I fucked him twice, man. Bam!
well, here's the thing, though. I thought the date went well because I fucked him twice in this Jeep Patriot.
Good. Okay.
At whatever drive-in movie we were at. So anyway, I texted him like the day after, and I was like, hey, like, it'd be cool if we go out on another date. And he was like, I'm good. And I was like, oh, like, well, why? And he was like, you made this remark about this fat girl or whatever.
Oh, wow,
And then
really?
And then he explained the situation, and I was like, I'm
Is it
really
still
sorry.
mansplaining?
I don't think it counts if you're gay.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
wondering.
you're kind of like in this like gender neutral territory. Like, yeah, I have a penis, but like
You are
I have
mansplaining,
seen
but you're
more
also...
more boobs than most straight men.
Okay,
Kind of thing.
Lucky bastard.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
no,
Of course,
not
if you don't
always.
get to play with them, what's the point?
So what the fuck's the end of the story?
Oh, the end of the story was that I was like, well, I obviously wasn't that offended because I fucked him twice in the back of my Jeep Patriot.
Jeep.
Yeah.
A vehicle
A vehicle in which you can fuck dudes
built
with eating
for
disorders.
men.
By the way, it's a little bit of an issue when you're a 6-foot man. I had to go a diagonal my first time. I was like, I can't lay straight down. Time to
The
go
Jeep
diagonal.
Patriot. Jeep Patriot's
feel like-
spacious enough for you to fuck
Yeah.
a dude.
This is such a great off-topic conversation.
Who loves the Jeeps? I do.
I
The
did.
gays.
Jeep. We should hashtag Jeep in this.
At Jeep, listen to our podcast.
Jeepin' for dudes.
Jeep in for dudes.
First time Jeepin'.
Patriot's built for pussy.
Bussy.
No. Oh my god.
4x4 and away we go,
Get to all those hard to reach spots in the Jeep.
All-wheel drive for that all-wheel sucking.
I'm gonna have to edit so much of this out.
Dude.
I'm trying to figure out how to actually reel us back in here.
You don't.
Ooh,
No.
ooh.
I think the only way to reel us back
Breathe.
in is go.
We start over.
This is the end of the one ounce bar for this
We
week.
start
Goodbye.
over. I'll behave. That's what.
No. This is great. Anything you want to leave our listeners with? Natalie Portman.